But yeah, I really wasn't going to buy Football Manager, and then I saw the reviews of City Skylines, and I'm like, well, I've been really looking forward to City Skylines. We played that this morning, and then thought, well, you know what, let's give this a go and see how we get on. So fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. This isn't too bad. I don't know what's changed in this year's Football Manager. I would suspect very little, but we're going to give it a go and find out. I don't know whether we want music or not. You guys, when you get here, you'll have to let me know, because I genuinely don't know if we want music. If you don't like the music and you are here, you can always watch these on YouTube as they go up. They won't have the music in the background, but it's nice to have something in the background. Maybe we'll turn it down a little bit, just to have something fairly chilled in the background. And this is us, as you can see on the screen. Let's get into this, shall we? So we are here. We're ScottDog, obviously. If we come and have a little look, there's my age and my date of birth. Oh my god, maybe my bank account numbers are in here as well. And if you really want to, you can pretend to be me. No, don't do that. Sorry about that. So as you can see, we're unemployed. We've got no reputation. Our reputation is that we used to be a Sunday League footballer. If we come and look at there's a way of seeing our stats or something, right? Somewhere, attributes down here. You can see we excel with 3 out of 20 or whatever the number is as being a defending coach. That's it. Everything else is crap. We are the worst coach, but we are a coach. Well, that's not strictly true. We've never had a job. We got fed up of looking at Excel spreadsheets, and we thought we'd head out into the world of Football Manager. How difficult can it be to get a real life job as a football manager, huh? Okay, so what are we looking for? We're looking for work. We've got no real details here. We've got no promises, targets, relationships, no history, nothing in our notebook. We could write something in there if we wanted to. Does it also tell you? It tells you where I'm from and who my favourite team is as well, somewhere, I think. But we'll see how this plays out. I apologise for the cough. Let's go back to our inbox. All we've got is one news from Isa. Apparently I've got a personal assistant, even though I don't have any job to do. I can only assume that she's AI, right? I can only assume that my personal assistant, I made myself an AI bot, and that's it. So nothing in our social feed that's of any interest. No real news that we're interested in because we don't have any clubs to be interested in. Let's talk a little bit about what we've got going on under the hood. As you can see, we've got a whole host of leagues. We're going to be a little bit slow. Like my computer performance is huge. My game speed is terrible. But we're going to just give this a go. We're playing medium-sized databases. I added Japan in, I think. Did I add Japan in? I tried to add Japan in. Maybe it comes in later. I think it's in here somewhere, but I'm missing it. Pending nation. From the 15th of the 1st. So Japan is the new league in here. We're going to write that in. Interestingly, no Saudi league, which you would think would be a fairly simple thing to do, and you know they'd chase it as a selling point. Right now, all of the best footballers are over there. So say the best footballers, you know, all of the well-known footballers have gone over there. But as you can see, we've got Austria, Belgium, England, Finland, France, Germany, Republic of Ireland, Italy, Japan, Northern Ireland, Netherlands, Norway, Scotland, Spain, Sweden, United States, Wales. There are some more we could add if we wanted to. I'm half tempted to throw Australia in there. Let's do it. Okay, Australia will go in there as well. We'll slow it down even more. So just bear in mind, when we're running through this, it will take a little bit of time to move on. But that's okay. We haven't got any major rush, have we? We've got the job centre. So that's where we're going to head to next. So if we go to the job centre, we can see what jobs are available. And if we have a little look, we've got some of these up here with some candidates. So Gillingham, Steve Bruce, Jodie Morris wants a job. Emma Hayes is in here looking for a job at Oldham, like that. I mean, she'd probably get the job ahead of me if I'm really honest. But I think that's a good indication, right? This is Emma Hayes's skills, and Steve Bruce's skills, and then my skills we saw earlier. So yeah, a little bit of a problem, but we can go for some of these jobs. If we look down here, we've got a couple of National League teams, so we should probably apply for one of those. And I think I might go for AFC Flied. XL, hello. Now, before I left last time, I was desperately thinking, I know his name, and I almost said Andrew, but it's Alex, right? I think I've got that right. How the devil are you? We were just having a look at who would take us on in this ridiculous situation we find ourselves in, looking for a job. And I don't know who wants us, but I think I might go with AFC Flight, who I don't know who the heck they are, where the heck they are, where they're from. Other rivals, Blackpool, so they're in the northwest. Okay. Well, I mean, it would be wrong not to apply. How do I apply for a job? Play attacking football. That's what we do. Play entertaining football. Yeah, we do that as well, obviously. Support a culture, attacking football, entertaining football. This is the perfect job for us, right? Let's apply for it. But I mean, we are going to annoy them because we're going to apply for every job, so it's a little bit irrelevant. So that's AFC. Did I make that up? They've disappeared from the list. Tranmere is down here. We're probably not going to get a League Two. We can't go for the job that Emma Hayes has gone for. She's not. They're not going to want us ahead of that. Ahead of her. Sorry. Belgium First National Amateur Division. The Young Reds. What do we know about the Young Reds? Is there some information about who they're affiliated to? They're affiliated to Antwerp. So even if we did well, I don't know if uses the same kit. Can only use backroom staff that are contracted to Antwerp. The terms of this deal will prevent Young from playing the same division. I mean, we're miles away from it. The Young Reds, I'm going to assume they've got a load of players who are all from Antwerp or potentially moving up to Antwerp. Okay, well, I mean, it would be wrong not to apply for this, right? Let's have a look at the advert. Develop players for the main club. Give some time to players. Play entertaining football. Play direct football. Can only buy people over 23 years old. I'm going for it. You know what? We're in for another one. Who's next? Who is next? I guess we go Cholet. S.O. Cholet? Cholet. What do we know about these guys? Stade de Mabor. Option to buy players from them. Will this use like? I hope so, mate. I think the end game is just to see how we go. I was just saying before you joined that essentially we have no qualifications. So we're starting right at the bottom. We're going to give it a go. Look, I really hope so. I took last year out from Football Manager, as you possibly know, and I've got a bit of renewed vigor for it. So hopefully, I think it just depends how we do it and when we do it. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. The Park to Prem kind of journeyman type role, but. We're just gonna see how it goes. I haven't looked at anything to say what's new in Football Manager. I'm hoping the fact that I haven't played it for so long just means it's one of those. But hopefully we'll just see how it goes. I think some of the problem also is also trying to put too much content out, which I'm absolutely guilty of. And like this week, there's a different. I've probably made the mistake of putting a different series on every day, which means there's a hell of a lot of recording to do, right? So putting streams on might be the only way of doing that. So, I can stream it for a few hours, then slice that up into sections. So, fingers crossed we can do something. And I was saying in the last stream that from the end of November onwards, I'm on holiday every Wednesday. So I'm going to try and get into a routine of doing that, and then maybe some evenings. But as always, it's just trying to find the balance with everything. It's always a little bit tough. I don't know about these guys. Do we want to try? Do we want to try and go play attacking football? They've got a reputation of 2 stars. They're not going to want me. Let's apply for it. Good. Okay. Sholatas, maybe. I don't know. This is going to be embarrassing, the whole pronunciation. We've got 2 Italian teams. I don't feel like I want to apply for both of them. What do we know about either of them? They have no derbies. No, second tier in France is not happening, but we've put our name down in the list anyway, right? We want someone with some rivals, right? We don't want to go to somewhere where there's no rivals. That seems ridiculous. I'm getting the feeling this is a no-go already. We've got a synthetic pitch. That's nice. You guys play on grass. 1946 for your stadium versus... Oops, wrong, same team. 1976. That sounds more like it. Average season ticket price £86. Yeah, I think it's one of those where we're just going to see how it goes. Look at all of these. Look at all of these affiliate clubs. You know what? Fine. You've twisted my arm. Yeah, I think it's one of those where there is no hope that Navarra want this. Thanks for the opportunity to apply, though. I appreciate it. The Young Reds, we applied for that one? Yeah, these ones at the top are the ones we've applied for. So that leaves us with the Irish First Division or Norway. We should try Konsvinger, Il Top Football, right? We should try. What do we know about them? Owned by the council is our stadium. No affiliated clubs. They're 2.5 stars. This isn't happening, is it? That leaves us really, if we really boil this down, that leaves us with one opportunity, which is the Finn Harps, who are in the Irish First Division. Looks like they got relegated last season, I'm assuming. Do we want to go to Ireland? Do we want to go to Ireland is the question. They might not want us anyway, but I guess we apply, right? We don't want to be sitting around with no jobs forever. I do. Right? That's exactly what I want to do. Good, solid defensive football. That plays into my my coaching strong point of 3 in defensive coaching. Do I live far from Chippenham? I do. I live the opposite side of the country, so I'm on the east side, quite near London, to be honest with you. About an hour and a bit away from London by train and car. So yeah, I'm the opposite side. Hence the accent. Hence why I sound like I haven't got an accent, where I'd sound a bit like this if I came from Chippenham. I don't know if I would sound a bit like that if I came from Chippenham. Right. Bergstand has been sacked by Jagardens. I apologise so much for the pronunciation. Okay. Do we want to have a look at these guys? These are in the Swedish Premier League. No hope. No hope. I do like... I find that with Football Manager over the years, you get kind of an affiliation with certain football teams, like Sparta Prague. I played Sparta Prague many, many years ago, and then I just had the desire to go. I always wanted to go to Prague, But when I was there, I want to go and watch a game. So I did. It's one of those games that kind of lead you down these little rabbit holes where you're like, I never knew this was a team. And now I'm not following them, but I'm a little bit interested in them. And when you watch the football results come in, you're pleased if that team wins, even though you've got no affiliation with them whatsoever, other than you played Football Manager. We've got an interview from the Daily Mirror, which seems a little bit over the top. They must be really struggling for content. Are you open to working abroad? Yeah, absolutely. I'm available. I see. I was just putting in a personal ad in the Daily Mirror. I see what was happening. They didn't come to me. I went to them. Okay. So we know this is going to take a little bit of time, especially the start of the season. Once we find a club, we might reduce the leagues that we've got in terms of playable leagues. But I just wanted to keep it open so that we could potentially see. Yeah, it's a weird one, right? You just get this affiliation with a football team that you know nothing about. And they might be arseholes, you've got no idea, but you're like, I want them to win because I once managed them in Football Manager and they sacked me after 3 weeks. So this is going to be kind of the speed of it for now. We're gonna just play this out. I hope the music and the audio is all okay, Alex. I think from my point of view, it's a really tough one to check. And I was saying I'm streaming on 2 PCs, so the audio on one PC that I'm listening to isn't necessarily the same as the audio that's coming out on the other. I did check the VODs from the first stream, and it seemed okay. I don't know about this sax. How do you feel about the music? I mean, I'm quite happy to turn the music off. Sometimes it's nice to have something in the background. I just don't know whether I want this. It's a little bit sexual, right? I'm excited about I love that this is the whole article in the paper. That must be on the webpage, right? Carlson sacked by Vastalas. They're also in Sweden's first division, so I mean, we could let's apply for it. Let's just put. We won't even look. Let's just put our names in the hat. We got an interview for the Young Reds. Not interested in this Navarra. So Cholet. Finn Harps have offered an interview. Fly don't want us. Vestaris have got our application. So we've got Belgium or Ireland. Let's you know what? Let's do the Ireland one first as like a warm up for the Belgium. We'll find out what questions they're asking in preparation for when we go to Belgium interview. And also, I wonder if they call us over if we do it via Teams. I kind of hope that we get to go there. This is always, I found a little bit weird. Why is this laid out in the way it is with the tiniest of answers down here and the tiniest of questions, like all of this screen? Why is it set out like this? Anyway, hi Scott, we've invited you along. We've invited you along so we can put forward our visions for the club and allow you to suggest any alterations for us to consider. I can't do both, right? For us to consider, and I definitely can't do a Belgium accent, so let's stop there. Should we decide to hire you? It's great to be here. Let's get started. Okay. Can you explain why you appear to be in the running for a number of jobs? Yeah. I don't think it's an unreasonable. Right, now that's nobody else's business but mine. I mean, I think I'm doing whatever I can to keep progressing, right? It shows that I'm keen to find something. The club is looking to hire a manager comfortable working with limited resources. Yep, I do that all the time. I'll do the right thing with the club's money. The club has been underperforming for far too long. Are you the right person to turn things around? No. I'm a motivator. I always adopt a positive attitude and it's infectious in the dressing room. I believe I have a reputation. No, I don't have that. I've got the ability and experience. No, I don't have that. That's ruled out these two. I'd like to make one or two small adjustments, then enjoy the results. The team doesn't need a radical overhaul, just is closer than people think. I mean, we don't know anything about them, but we could just blag it. I don't think the club's underperforming. Oh, I don't want to say that. They know it's underperforming. I'm going with this one, I think. Just a couple of small adjustments. Would you be able to take charge straight away or at a later date? I'm ready as soon as you need me. We understand the importance of having the right backroom team when a manager moves into a new club, so we are willing to allow you to request any changes you would like to make to our current backroom team. What sort of budget? I don't need one, right? I don't need a budget. We don't need a budget. We'll just take whatever you've got. Board culture is to strive to make progress on and off the pitch and work within a wage budget and grow the club's reputation. And down here, it looks like the club is an exciting future. I'd be more than happy to work towards those. I'd like to suggest some changes. No, we're more than happy, right? If hired, we would expect you to be competitive. Do you think you could be better than that? I think we could finish mid-table. What do you think of the wage budget of 5,000? That sounds like a perfect budget for my wage. What about the rest of them? I'd be happy to work within the way. Yeah, I think we'd just say we're happy, right? Do you have any thing to request? No, I don't want to ask her anything. You know what? As things draw to a close, we'd like to expend our appreciation for your attending today, and we'll be in touch. You know what? It's been a pleasure. Okay, I feel like that was a good practice. I feel like that went okay. We've got a question from the media. Let's answer it. Do you have anything to say about your recent interview? How do you know about my interview? I'm not prepared to discuss my reasoning in public. Yeah. Why would I talk about my interview? Okay, Young Reds. Here we go. You know what? The only problem with the Young Reds is I remember playing a game a few years ago when we were the Young Violets of Austria, and it was embarrassing. Over and over and over again, we got beat. The board are pleased that you've taken the time to attend today. There are a few questions we would like to ask to see if you are the manager who want to take the club forward. Are you worried about not being able to speak the language? It's a relatively easy language, right? It's just like Dutch. Is it Dutch? Do Belgian people speak Dutch? That might be offensive. I don't know if that's true. Sorry, I was just trying to think of what I know about Belgium, and I don't know if they speak their own language or I mean, Belgian, right? They must. I don't know. I don't think it's closer to Dutch in Antwerp. Okay, so they've got their own language, but there's a kind of crossover when you get closer to Holland. Okay. I don't think it's something to worry about. I can learn the language in time. Can you explain that you appear to be in the running? I'm going to keep with this one. This is our long-term vision. Flemish. I knew I'd heard a word, but wasn't quite sure what it meant. In our long-term vision, a blueprint we would expect you to implement should you get the job. Your thoughts would be appreciated. Develop players for the main club. Give playing time. Yeah, we know both of those. We have no action objective. Maximum of 1 year contract for players over the age of 33. That all seems fine. I think it's an exciting vision. If hired, we'd expect you to finish mid-table. I think that's fine. How does a wage budget around 0 sound? I don't need a big budget. I could probably work with something slightly smaller. I mean, that shows I got a personality, right? I mean, that's the kind of thing I would say in an actual interview. So maybe I remember I went for an interview about many years ago to sell insurance on telephone lines, and I used to work at a supermarket, and they're like, "Do you have any experience selling things?" And I went, "Yeah, baked beans and bread," and they just looked at me like I was a nutcase. I'm like, "Well, you know, I'm like 20 years old. What do you think I've got experience selling? Drugs?" No, I didn't sell drugs. I don't need to be. I'm going to go with this. Something slightly smaller is funny. I'd have giggled. They'd have all looked at me, and I'd have said, "It's the language thing. I'll learn it in time." Okay, perfect. Right. Oh, we've got an interview over here. Report says you attended an interview for the vacant Young Reds. No, nothing for the time being. Okay, we're good to go, right? Let's keep going. we're going to be saving now. That might take an hour, but here we go. Okay, good. I haven't looked at anything. I don't know if the match engine's any different. We're coy and silence from dog. That's what you want if you're a dog owner, right? You want them to be quiet. Not silent. I mean, that would be weird, but... Your weekly job update. Rather than look at that, let's go look at the job center in case there's any that we haven't applied for. I think we've applied for all of these. We've got some down here. We've got the vacant role at Canada. Okay, we'll apply for the Canada job. Should we apply for the Australian Under-3 Nationals Cup national job? There's a question for you. What do you think? Do we want to try and go into international management? I appreciate I'm asking, should we go into national management after applying for the Canada job? But we're not going to get the Canada job. What do you think about Australia under-23s? I don't think I could ever go to Australia because of the spiders and the snakes and everything that kills you. But what do we think? I'm quite tempted just to put our name in the hat. Oh, can I not apply for it? Hold on. Oh, I can't apply for it anyway. So ignore that question. Let's just keep moving. Okay, you've been sacked. Swedish First Division, not going to happen. Let's keep going. Here's a question for you. What happens if the young Reds, sorry, the Finns come along and say, not the Finns, the Irish Finns come along and say, we want you, and then the young Reds come along. Do we have a preference? We probably have a preference, right? Oh, we don't have to worry about it. Offered me a 1-year contract on 2.7k per week. I'll take it. Believing you to be the ideal person to replace ex-manager Gilles Sweats. Okay. Here we go. Start negotiations. 12 months is fine, right? All of this is fine. Finish mid-table. Finalised deal. I don't need to do anything. Thanks very much for the talks. Hopefully they flew me over to Belgium again. I brought some more chocolate. Young Reds have confirmed the appointment of Scott Dog as the new club's manager. No, the club's new manager. Eyebrows have been raised in the world of football. The appointment of the inexperienced 42-year-old, don't read that, and is sure to face plenty of questions when he faces the media for the first time in Herman van der Porsten Stadion Lisp. What's the Lisp part? Am I meant to say it with a lisp? He replaces previous manager Gilles Sweats. Zoran Bojovic was considered to be the favourite for the job, particularly after he was spotted attending an interview with the club. Ha! Screw you, Zoran. Hope we're rivals now. Okay. Nice. On behalf of everyone at Young Reds, I would like to formally welcome you to the club. Please familiarise yourself with the club through our helpful welcome pack before we move on to discuss the vision. I like the fact that they can't even be bothered to talk to me. They just put like a folder on our desk. Discuss the vision and the objectives and collectively working towards. Okay, what have we got here? We're in the first National Amateur League. We're 17th. 15,000 capacity. Great training facilities, good youth facilities, average youth recruitment. Okay. Uh-oh, we're not going to be able to say our striker's name, I can tell you that much. Okay. Ilin Nikehena, Van Hees, Mitrovic, Ben Hamed, Zanan, Keita, Kobani, Bissett, Elm Azad, Zeno van der Bosk. Nice. Okay. Here's a club vision. I'll come back to you in a day or two to discuss. We know all this stuff, right? We don't need to re-review it. Play entertaining football. Play direct football. Interesting. Okay. You know what? I'm just going to leave these as they are, right? I'm not that worried about all of that stuff. To finish, please let me know if you want to arrange any of the following. A press conference, and I'll meet with the staff every week. That sounds fine. Okay. Support profile update. 12% are hardcore. 33% of the core, makes sense. 22% of family. Fair weather fans. Corporate fans, 1%. And casual, 19%. Supporters' influence on the board is moderate. Social media followers, 18.5k. Season ticket holders, 193. And there is no waiting list for a season ticket. Expectations, we expect you to finish mid-table. Yeah, we know. I'm intrigued about the club background. Founded in 2022, interesting. Our Antwerp FC under-23s are a professional Belgium club playing in the following... playing in the Belgium First National Amateur Division. Young Reds finished 17, the first, in the same league. The club play their home games at this place and possess great training facilities. Okay, we're brand new. Who'd have thought? We're brand new. Okay, tactics introduction. Tactics express how you want your team to play. Okay, well, we need to create a tactic, so let's get into it. What are we thinking? We want a fairly direct way of playing, and I think we want gegenpress, right? Really. I don't know if we're good enough to play tiki-taka. Fluid counter-attack believes this is the way. This is not attacking football, right? And they want us to play attacking football. Let's try and control possession. We'll find out if we can do that or not, right? And I think we're going to go... I'd rather you drop down a little bit. Okay. We normally play this sort of formation. I might bring our... I guess we'll find out as we go. I might bring our playmaker back into this role. Route 1 for direct attacking. Yeah, it's a difficult one, right? I get the feeling they won't mind about the direct attacking if we're winning games. And I like the idea that we can play this, but if we want to be more attacking, we can play this. And if we really need a result, we can play this. Okay, let's have a little look. We should go and look at our team, right? We haven't looked at our players at all. Let's go and see what we've got. This is your squad. The group of players tasked with carrying out your vision for the team on the pitch. This is your first team squad. You'll get them to know them better as you spend more time, but we'll focus on a better understanding of the role you've taken on. Team selections are naturally going to be a key part of your job. Do I need to read this? I don't know if I do. We know what this is, right? I know what their name is. Yeah, I think we know all this stuff. How do I get out of this? Oh, down here. Okay. So what we want to have a look at is who are our best players. We've got a load of goalkeepers. This is the assistants manager. We haven't even looked at our staff. Oh, come on. No, we don't need to know that. Okay, thank you. Where is my assistant manager? Are you any good? Not massively. You're better than me. So maybe we do go with your knowledge. Who else have we got over here? Goalkeeping coach, fitness coach, and another coach. Okay. So we want to have a look at some of our players. Let's have a look at what we've got. I'd like to bounce some of these out of here if we could. Okay. So let's try and put these, if we were to put these into roles as we go, right? You are our best goalkeeper and you are our best reserve goalkeeper from the looks of this. Do I have, I'm guessing I don't have the option to sell these guys. Let's get rid of the under 18s. Let's pick our normal team and then we can go from there. How old are you? 19. Yeah, I'm not convinced I can do anything with these. I don't really want this many players in my squad. But fair enough. Okay, let's go and have a look at defenders and the rest. What have we got here? We've got our... You know what? Fine. Let's do it this way. We've got our right back, so let's put you in over here. We've got our left back. I'm using their decision as to who's their best players, and then we'll look at those individual players and see if they're any good for holding on to the ball. You're a pretty good left wing back. Your best role is wing back as well. You're a complete wing back. Okay, you're off, so we don't want you. We need some centre back, so you're a NCB. What's an NCB? No nonsense centre back. Okay, so we want you in that role, right? And then we want another centre back. That's you. You any good? Passing is 8. It's not ideal. Okay. And then we need some subs. So let's get you and you as our subs for now. Okay, let's move on to midfield. Defensive midfielders. We've got 2 of these, right? Ball winning midfielder. Love that. I guess it's you coming in. I don't know how I feel about this, but it's you coming into this role. I mean, you can play right across, so that's fine. What's next? Our normal midfielders. Schmitz. We might bring you back anyway. Okay. We need some wingers, so that's you out on the right wing. And you, from the looks of things, out on the left wing. And then we need a striker. Oh, we need some subs, but we'll do that in a bit. Okay. You are our striker from the looks of things. So if we then get every position back in, and then we want some subs in here, so you on the bench, you on the bench, and you on the bench. Okay, I think this is, we probably need some more midfielders as it turns out, but okay, I think we're good, right? Probably. Right, so if we go back to our tactics. Yeah, we were working on this. Thanks. Yeah, cheers. Okay. Can you actually play there? I don't know if you can. Where's old Schmitz? You can play there, so that's fine. Okay. You're not so much a complete forward as a poacher, it turns out. I'm going to move you to an attacking forward, I think. Okay. So let's have a little look at our defenders and see if they're any good with the ball at their feet. Passing 4, no. Crossing is pretty good and fairly physical. Okay, what about our other fullback? Crossing is pretty good. Okay with the ball. Relatively physical as well. So I think having you two is fine. How about you guys? Pretty terrible. Pretty terrible as well. So 37-year-old is Bissett. Okay. So what do we want to do from our defenders? Play out of defence, I'm a little bit worried about. So what if we go a little bit more direct and we focus through the middle, but then we had overlapping going on, right? Work the ball into the box. I don't know how I feel about that. We'll figure that out. Overlap left, overlap right. I'm a little bit worried about that. We've got 2 defensive midfielders, so we might be okay. Slightly lower tempo. We want to keep it low, I think, because we want to build through this. Okay, I think that's fine. Attacking width, do we want to be a little bit wider? Probably. Pass into space. I think we go mixed crosses for now. I don't know if I want to work the ball into the box or hit early crosses. I think we want to do a bit of both, right? I'm quite happy for us to run at the defence. Or am I? Let's hold off on those for now. In transition, we want to regroup, right? Or do we want to counter press? If we lose the ball out on the wings, we're going to have no fullbacks. So I think we probably want to regroup. When possession has been won, we want to try and counter, I think. Or do we hold our shape? Counter is a direct attack, right? Let's go for that. Goalkeeper in possession, we're going to slow down the pace. And we're going to distribute to our playmakers if we can, right? I think we'll see how that goes. If we lose the ball a lot from our goalkeeper, we'll know. Out of possession, we probably want to drop deeper a little bit. Trigger press, I'm going to say slightly less often. I'm not going to worry about stopping the short goal kicks. We want to try and push inside, right? Because that's where our strength is. And we want to try and stop crosses, realistically. The question is, where's our line of engagement? Is it higher or lower? I think up here is probably okay. Right? There. I think there is probably okay. And I think this is us. The question is, when do we trigger the press? Let's see how it goes. Okay. Mentality. I'm going to say positive for now. I think that contradicts with some of it, but I'm quite happy for us to have a slow, steady build-up. Let's have a look at our midfielders. Passing 11, vision 8. You're more about winning the ball back, really, as are you. Passing 16, vision 5. Oh, good. What about you? Passing 10, vision 10. Okay, well, look, we're going to see how this goes. Okay, well, look, let's keep going. We've got a must respond. Can I hit continue? I can. Good. Good. How are we feeling? Let's have a little look. Yeah, we got those. Weekly staff meeting. Let's attend it. Maxime Bissett should be our captain. Yeah, let's accept that. We're fine with that. I believe that Davino Velhurst would make a good vice captain, another 35-year-old. Is he even in our team? He's our goalkeeper. Is he our actual goalkeeper? Yeah, I don't know how I feel about playing a 100-year-old goalkeeper, but fine, okay. I recommend individual training for Bissett would be work on his heading and bravery. Let's move on. He's an old dude. He's not going to learn anything new. Steve Van Mierlo would do well to work on his handling. Yeah, I'll accept that. Be encouraged to develop his weaker foot. Go to another level, his weaker foot. We can accept both of those. We should send you on a language course to learn Dutch. Okay. I'm increasing the opinion that has the potential that Matthias van Gils, has the potential to become a key player. Okay. You're developing really well. Okay, all of that I think is fine. Move on. What else have we got? Who could benefit from adding Luke Van Galen to the scouting team? Do we need to scout? Are we allowed to sign people? I'm just going to move on from that for now. We do not currently have a head physio. We do not have a sports scientist. We do not have a head physio. Okay. We'll come back to those. Yeah, these are a pain, right? I do get to the point of turning them off, or just skipping them entirely each week. But equally, I mean, what do we know about our transfers? Can we actually sign people? I probably need to read this. I don't think I've played it since there's been some changes. Scouting team is responsible for identifying potential auditions. Scouting center is where you receive recommendations. We know that. Players transfer value is difficult. Yeah, we're fine. We'll do this quickly. Scouting overview area. Yeah, I hear recruitment focuses. Not with a -20. Yeah, I hear you. That is a bit of a concern. But I wonder if are we meant to be finding players for our feeder club, or do they find players and feed them down to us? So we know all of this stuff, right? Yeah, whatever. We'll figure it out. Thanks for that. So I can make offers on players. So if we went for a new search and said contract status is that they're expired and their age is that they are between 15 and 19, 15 and 18. How do you feel about a trial? How do you feel about a trial, I wonder? Who's interested in this guy? FC Eindhoven, Forta, someone or other. How do you feel about a trial? I mean, they can't be better than what we've got, I'm sure of that, but let's just bring them in for a trial. This is going to cost us to scout. Okay. Yeah, no, get out there and scout. Come on. And you. Can we scout when they've got no club? I don't know if that works. We're fine. We'll take the cost on the chin. There's a bid in over here from these guys. We'll try and scout. I'm going to stop showing this. Fine. Offer trial as well. Probably needed more than 1 week, but... And again, you're right. We've got a negative budget, so I don't know how that's going to play out. Be nice to do some actual scouting though, right? Okay, let's hit continue. I'd like to get to one of our actual first games. Set piece induction. What type of defending marking strategy do you prefer? I mean, honestly, I think I prefer player marking, but I think we go zonal. What post do you want players on? Both posts. It's a tough one, actually. Do I want them on both posts? No, it's a bit late now. I can go back. You know what? No posts. How many players do you like to leave forward when defending? I think it's nice to have a balance. I think it's nice to have a threat. How do you prefer the ball to be delivered from attacking set pieces near post? How many players do I? Far post. How many players do you want to leave back in defending situations? I'm going to put more defenders back. How do you want your set pieces to be delivered into the box? In swinger or out swinger? In swinger, right? Obviously. Okay. We got routines. Look at this. Here you can switch between the type of set piece. You can save load, no new routines. Set the responsibilities. In swinger, corner taker, far post. Okay. Yeah, this has changed quite a lot. I don't know whether it's good or bad, but okay. Yeah, it's a tough one, right? And we want to keep our defenders back. Or at least people back. I think let's just leave it at this for now, right? This is fine. I want someone to attack the ball. Is that a thing? Because I think that's the only way. I mean, I appreciate that's what they're all meant to do, but I think I feel like going and really attacking the ball is vital here. Okay, I think this is enough for us. Let's carry on. Off we go. I don't get to see the calendar and see what comes up. You've rejected us. That seems a little harsh. You're coming on a trial. Perfect. Our Canadian job application wasn't successful. That is a bit disappointing. We've got some training going on. We're not even going to touch that until it tells us about it. And then we'll have a look. So you'll come over on trial for us. We'll just leave that for a couple of weeks. Code of conduct, I think we're okay with how this is, right? There's no need for us to change it. Okay, our first match is with Beershot in a couple of weeks, or a week and a bit. Okay, squad dynamics, I don't think we need to worry about that. Player targets and promises, don't think we need to worry about that. Training. Okay, let's see if this has changed. Your primary tactic defines your tactic identity. Okay. I will automatically plan training ahead of the next primary tactic. Personal preferences, but of course you are free to change it. I tailor training schedules. I'll go and have a look at that in a bit, buddy. We'll get into detail. By default, players will take part in the unit that best suits their training. Okay. Okay, yeah, I feel like we've had enough. Okay, yeah, good. Do we want to change anything with training? I feel like we should just be focusing on fitness in pre-season. That's how it works, right? Yeah, absolutely. We'll go and look at that. I mean, we're kind of doing it a bit in reverse of picking our team and that, but I also like playing a certain way, and you know, we'll see if we've got players that fit that. I think. So we can set up a schedule that's pre-season, early pre-season. So we can really go out there and kind of give them a load of physical training to do. Like get their endurance up. We need that. Okay, let's not worry too much about it. Anyway, what were you saying? We can see how we measure up in the league in the squad planner. Yeah, we'll go and have a look at that in a second. We got no injuries, but some injury risk as the training goes on. We're ready to go to our press conference. Here we go. Okay, let's have a little look. Let's kick it off with the first question. The Antwerp Football Free Press. Okay. Welcome. First of all, Scott, how do you feel sat here? Thank you for speaking English, first of all. It's a real honour to be here and trusted with this role. I'm excited about the future. Yeah, that seems fine. Managing a team like this comes with unique challenges. I'm very clear about my responsibilities. Yeah, that sounds fine. You don't have much reputation to speak of. All right, it doesn't need to be like that. And many people have expressed surprise that you've taken over. Can a little known manager such as yourself really run a club like this? I know I'm playing catch up. Shall we do that? We'll show a bit of humble. Yeah, let's do it. Do you have a message for the young Reds fans? That's true. The club is 1 year old, but I suspect he was talking more around kind of general rather than that. But I agree with you. This bloke's clearly an idiot. How can you work together? Hopefully we can work together to bring success it deserves. How far can you take this club? Well, I can't get promoted, right? Long-term success. How hard do you expect to work the players on the training ground? Needs to be a balance. No point in overworking. Why young Reds? What was the allure? They need the ones that offer me a job. Felt like a good fit, and that's the most important thing of all. Yeah, we all like a good fit. Would you be looking to change the squad? Yeah, the players have to show me what they can do, right? Have you had the chance to meet the players? No. I think I might have missed that. I've seen a group of players ready and willing to embrace their new regime. You've joined Young Reds at a time when this club seems a little short-staffed. Is this something you're looking to address? I don't know. Do you feel the squad could do strengthening in particular? Not really. Oh, hold on. How do I get out of this crap? Oh, well, we're looking for a left back, as it turns out. I mean, to be fair, we have got a left back who's leaving, right? You've taken charge when it's widely expected a massive beast will lead the club. Bissett will lead the club. Can you hold on to him? Oh my God. With Nathan Itanga Shaka joining the club on trial, many people will want to know what the chances of him earning a permanent stay. It's entirely the point of taking him on the trial, you idiot, Tim. What would you say to this? Style relates to people management. My door is open. We need each other to be successful. Yep, that's me. Continue to the summary. Tim, what did you think of this? Indifferent. Yep, that sounds about right. You want to know what our relationship with you is, Tim? We think you're an idiot. Okay, where were we? We were going to the squad. And where's the squad planner? Down here. Okay. Let's have a little look at what we've got here. So this is where I didn't really look too much into this because this came like last year, maybe the year before. I can't remember. And this is where we were thinking about how we fit in with anyone else. So I'm guessing this line is the average. Ours is below average, so we're going to be playing against grown-ups. Average height is 6 foot. We're 6 foot. Is that us? Is this us here? Okay. Average weight. We are above average weight. Come on now. Oh, the average is 5'11", I see. Okay. Average international caps, we've got 0. Average international youth appearances. Surely we should have the most. We've got 0 again. Average player wage. Holy crap. Average player transfer value. What's this last one? Players unavailable. Okay, I see. Interesting. All positions, goalkeepers, defence, midfield. Okay. We are slow, so we need to slow the game down, right? And not be caught on the counter. Yeah, well, how can we be so good at jumping but so slow? Do you reckon that's because of our old goalkeeper? Composure. I mean, that makes sense, right? We're a group of young'uns. Yeah, maybe. But still, we're still slow. Oh, I didn't turn them off. We're still pretty slow. Interesting. Let's look at the mental stuff. Determination, positioning, teamwork. I don't feel horrendous about this. Vision is not good. Be nice if we could find someone with a little eye for a pass. Because my concern is we're going to keep the ball potentially, but then we're not going to be able to find a pass. Like our vision is poor. Our passing is really good, but our vision is poor, and I think that's going to come back to bite us a little bit. Okay, I quite like this. This is quite nice. Let's have a little look here. Our strengths are our defensive depth. Good. Okay, looks like we got a good goalkeeper in comparison to our old goalkeeper. So you are better, but then we could get the speed up. Okay, let's keep going. Good right back, good left back. You're the one who's leaving. No, okay, good. That's good news. What are our weaknesses? We know vision is one of them. We're not good at off the ball movement, so if we keep structured, I think that's fine. Okay, well, look, I think we can clearly see we've got weaknesses, somewhat. Okay. Just for reference, was our press conference literally in front of one person? Did Tim ask all of those questions? I think he did, didn't he? Yeah, we should be good. I mean, at defending, we should be good at having a solid foundation. My concern is we're going to struggle to break teams down if they sit defensively, and we've not got the speed to hit them on the counter. So our training is happening. I always feel like it's a good opportunity to go in and warn players for crap training and praise them for good training, but we don't get to do that early on. But I always feel like that's something that we should do. Okay. I want to get to the first game at the very least. Come on. "32 suggestions. Do we really want to make all these players available? I don't know if we do. Transfers, I'm going to skip this. We're not, let's be honest, we're not really looking at signing people. Hello? Okay, fine, I'll do it. Thanks for that. I don't know if anything's changed in transfers, but it doesn't look like we're going to be looking at transfers anytime soon anyway. Can we see how much our players are worth? I take it I'm not the one who's got to deal with the contracts. Yeah, good. Good. So it's really not our role who stays and who goes. Okay, let's hit continue again. I was going to look at something, I can't remember what it was. We were going to look at our trial player and see how they're getting on, right? We should probably just see how they're doing. Not an amazing centre back. Maybe slightly better as a defensive midfielder. Okay, let's keep going. Again, 22 grand minus wages. I don't think we're signing anyone. What I'd really like, how good would it be, is if you found a good young player and you signed him and then he went on to play for Antwerp's, the full team and do really well. You must point out that the Young Reds coaching assignments for the reviewed foreign tactical categories are currently without a coach. Don't worry, this is what I excel at. 1 star. We should probably go and look, see if we can hire a coach, right? Are we allowed one? I don't know. Are we allowed to hire a new coach? Doesn't look like it. Oh, well, looks like I'm doing the coaching now then. Good. Let's carry on. That'll be a good one. Me doing the coaching, defending coaching, and not being able to speak Dutch. I can only assume that means our defensive ability is going to get worse as time goes on. Can we go and apply? Actually, it's a good question. Can we start a coaching course? And can I do a language course? Is that a thing? Don't think so. Okay. Let's see what they say. They might say no because we're only on a 1-year contract, right? We need to focus on other things. But it's got to be beneficial for them for me to go out and learn how to coach people now I'm here. Right? Now they've offered some bloke with no experience and no qualifications the job. They should probably pay for me to go and learn. Okay, pre-season.